its share moved up to more than 20% and roughly 80% in the US market, 80% of electric vehicles. So that's the first source of confidence, market share up, not down. The probability we have put on Tesla really winning the lion's share of the autonomous taxi network market in the United States also has gone up. And of course, now Apple basically accounts for the lion's share of all the profits from smartphones in the world. We think this is going to happen also with Tesla. The largest pool of data with the highest quality is going to win in the AI game. They have the largest pool of data. And finally, until very recently, Tesla was the only automobile manufacturer able to improve performance of its cars with over-the-air software updates. Keep our eye on the prize, and the prize had to do with the autonomous taxi network that we believe Tesla will be in the pole position to dominate. The winner in autonomous is going to have the most data and the highest quality data. That company right now is Tesla.
How about Tesla specifically, which is now off 37% from the recent highs, is down another more than 5% today. Everyone wants to know what your new price target is, Cathie, because the last time you gave that price target, it seemed crazy to a lot of people, and then not so much when Tesla actually rocketed 700%. So where are you now on where that stock goes?
Well, we're about to publish, I'm hoping it's within a week or two, our new forecasts. Our confidence in Tesla has gone up for a number of reasons. One, it didn't lose share of the electric vehicle market when all of the traditional luxury brand names started bringing their own electric vehicles to market. Now, we expect it will lose share, but our expectation was that its share would go from 17% at the end of 2018 down to 11% as more electric vehicles were coming out. Instead, what happened? Its share moved up to more than 20% and roughly 80% in the US market, 80% of electric vehicles. So that's the first source of confidence, market share up, not down. The second is autonomous. We believe that Elon Musk, who over the weekend tweeted out that he would offer, or Tesla would offer, full service driving to anyone who wanted it, saw an incredible burst in demand. So for him to be able to do that suggests to us that he's going to be able to show us the way to autonomous much faster than most analysts and investors expect. So the probability we have put on Tesla really winning the lion's share of the autonomous taxi network market in the United States also has gone up. So you might imagine the price targets have gone up considerably.
I have a broader question on Tesla in a moment, Cathie, but quickly first, on self-driving technology, are you saying all of the revelations and news from the company in the last couple of weeks has only improved your outlook on the company? Because some analysts, based on the response to a Freedom of Information request, were underwhelmed by the outlining that they're more like level 2 in terms of that technology than perhaps some expected the announcement to be.
Well, we believe that Tesla has been doing this differently, staging the movement into autonomous differently from other companies like Waymo and Cruise Automation. And so I can understand why there's some confusion. We think that their strategy is not market by market ultimately, but national. And so I think there's a misunderstanding about how they're going to market. I think Tesla has already passed through that phase of its life. It did invest aggressively, and it has on four metrics. It is leading the charge, so to speak. So battery technology costs lower than anyone else's out there and will remain lower. Artificial intelligence chip, it designed its own. No one else has designed its own chip. This is analogous to Apple in the day. Cellular companies, Nokia, Ericsson, and Motorola, didn't see the future. Apple did, And yet it couldn't get Qualcomm or Intel to move quickly enough. It had to design its own chip. And of course, now Apple basically accounts for the lion's share of all the profits from smartphones in the world. We think this is going to happen also with Tesla. Maybe not worldwide, because we know China wants its own champion. But that AI chip that Tesla designed, our analyst said, was 4 years ahead of where NVIDIA was at the time, and this was a couple of years ago. They have more data collected than any other company by orders of magnitude, not just by any other company, but by all other companies out there, because the largest pool of data with the highest quality is going to win in the AI game. They have the largest pool of data. And finally, until very recently, Tesla was the only automobile manufacturer able to improve performance of its cars with over-the-air software updates. I got my Model 3 in 2018, never had a problem except a nail in the wheel, which they couldn't correct over the air, of course. Never a problem. So what they've done is extraordinary, and I think this is their market to lose. I think they're in a very, very different place also. We're not in the tech and telecom bust. We are 20 years later. All of the seeds for what is happening now were planted back then. Now they're coming to fruition.
Cathie, in August of 2018, you tweeted a letter to Elon Musk in which you effectively put a price target on Tesla of $4,000. And that call arguably made you famous, but it also exposed you to a world of hate on Twitter. Any regrets?
Oh, no, not at all. I didn't read the Twitter world of hate notes to me. Our marketing department used to send me anything that I needed to respond to. But no, we were standing up for what we thought was right. And we also were astonished that at the backlash. And I think part of it was Elon's personality and the way and the things he was saying on Twitter. He's a provocative soul, you know, and you know, he's brilliant. He's our Renaissance man, and all we did, which is what we should have done in terms of our research, is keep our eye on the prize, and the prize had to do with the autonomous taxi network that we believe Tesla will be in the pole position to dominate, mostly because of its advantages in artificial intelligence and the amount of data it has collected and the AI expertise that it has. And we couldn't believe that no one wanted to listen to this, that they really just made fun of it. And it made me feel even more strongly about Tesla, because what we saw happen over time as the naysayers were growing was their barriers to entry, or Tesla's barriers to entry, were increasing. Their battery technology was already 3 years. Now it's maybe 4 years ahead of the competition, especially now that they're going to build the battery into the structure of the car. They had the first AI chip. No other auto manufacturer has an artificial intelligence chip for autonomous. They now have 15 billion miles of real world driving collected. Google, the next closest, has about 25 million, 15 billion. The winner in autonomous is going to have the most data and the highest quality data. That company right now is Tesla. So way back then, our confidence was high that they were heading in the right direction. And as the naysayers grew, it was after 2018, through into 2019, as the stock was cratering, as many out there were saying Tesla was going to run out of money. We thought that was a ridiculous concept. The only time a company like Tesla will run out of money is if the market shut down. There were companies that ran out of money in 08, 09 because the markets were closed. The markets were open. We were going to support Tesla if they did an offering. So were many others. So, I mean, they were creating stories that were just ridiculous on the face of them. So, you know, no regrets whatsoever.